I started a comic book workshop. I mean, I'm so thrilled about this. I'm so happy that more people are doing
the same
something like
thing,
that.
yeah.
Well, I mean, mine is much more humble. It's like the first time I'm doing something like that. So I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Of course, I can imagine that because I can see that you have like I imagine that you have a lot of I don't know support.
We did,
like
yeah,
financial support.
yes.
Because for example, I was curious about the part in which you bring in illustrators and authors.
Yeah,
So-
I can tell you about that in more details, like through email or something. But
Okay.
basically, we get a grant from the American Embassy,
Okay.
and that's how we can cover some of the costs of the program. Yes,
I see.
but so if you have a really good project proposal, you get money.
Of course.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
because
So that's
it
how
looks
we do
great.
it. Yes, yes.
And my second question
Yes.
is like maybe much simpler. Is like, what kind of material or how do you deal with the different levels? Like, do you use the same materials with an A2
Same,
or a
no,
C2?
same material for everyone because we don't want them to feel like, okay, I'm a lower level and he's a higher level, so they're doing different things. No, it's all the same.
So you have mixed ability groups.
Yes,
like
we want to
different
keep it
prof-
challenging as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm really curious. Can I email you and ask
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like,
sure.
how do you
Yeah.
deal with the differences? Because I'm really curious about because this year that was one of my main problems.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexandra. Oh,
So lovely.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we're going to start something in Italian as well. Okay.
So, last day, everything comes to an end. Hello. So we want to reflect a little bit, and talk about the best things, and in general about the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
also to say thank you
And
to
thank you.
everybody for
Right.
organizing this
Yeah.
great event.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you to IHFL.
Yeah, and all
So,
the members.
what are the highlights of the conference for you?
You want to start? Maybe.
Okay,
You remember
right.
is Myra first conference?
Well,
so
you
let's see
you
what
know
she's going to
you
say.
know how passionate I am about graphic novels and using them in the classroom because this year I started a comic book workshop. So to me, one of the most thrilling moments has been when we have been at Alexandra Popovsky's talk about
Yeah.
the use of graphic novels in the context of a project that they have, which seems pretty amazing. Like I was like, whoa, I am your fan number one.
Yeah.
And although it was focused on, on the development of reading skills and it was teenagers oriented, it was still very interesting.
course.
Yeah. So that was that would be
That
my
was your
number
number
one.
one, okay.
Yes, and then I think I could summarize the most interesting talks in some of them. Some talks have been interesting to me because they were just informative, like the forum on the Common European Framework. Like there are changes happening, and we have to keep up with the news, obviously. So that was interesting, learning about the importance that the increasing importance of mediation, or for example, there is a new section which is about online interaction. It was time to put that in, but for example, others were just inspiring, and there you realize how important the speaker or the teacher is. How important you have to be. I
Yeah,
don't know. You
your
have to believe
attitude.
what you do. You have
Yeah.
to show passion, and if you show that, you can get people to do whatever you want because they
Exactly.
feel it's authentic.
Passion is
So-
one of the three
so-
P for project-based, for example, learning.
That's
Do you remember
right.
that guy from Malaysia? That
Yes,
remind us to be passionate
he was
teachers.
so funny, so
was
authentic.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Which were the three P for the the project-based learning? Do you remember? Passion.
Purpose, passion, and potential.
Exactly.
Purpose, passion, and
So it's
potential.
what we have to foster in our students.
Exactly,
Look
that's
for.
right.
Yeah.
And I also I would like to mention a guy from Brazil. Sorry, a man from Brazil, whose name was Carlos Gunto. That guy was amazing. He had no problem with anything. He was so energetic. He stood on a chair. He made us dance. He made us mimic. He made us made little theater, little interaction with two little puppets that were two sticks, and we were like crazy people, doing this role play with two sticks. Like, oh, hello, how are you doing? I'm fine, thank you, and you. And
Yeah.
if that's what I mean. If you are if you can inspire people, you can
Yeah.
get them do whatever you want. And finally, were the practical workshops, the useful ones, the ones that have given me ideas
Yeah.
to improve speaking activities,
Exactly,
to make more engaging activities in the classroom.
That's
Such as, for example, the last one that I attended today, which was the speaker was Sanja Raskovic. She was from Croatia,
Okay.
and I really like how she had she made she made a point at the beginning of the session. She explained how children in Croatia get a mobile phone when they're 5.
Oh wow.
So it's like she wants the opposite. She said, I don't want mobile phones in my class. I want them to develop kinesthetic abilities, because I believe that's important for their future development. So all activities involve anything active, anything physical activity.
Okay.
And it was really useful because even if she teaches for obviously primary school,
Well, you
but
can
it's
apply
something
it to everybody. Yeah.
exactly you
With
can
all
apply
levels
it.
and ages. It doesn't matter.
That's right,
Yeah.
and I'm sure my adult students are going to love it.
My last session was also brilliant. I want to say thank you to Nico Lorenzutti. He's also Italian as me, and he's teaching English, I think, now in Glasgow. And it was a great session because it was about a new way of using song and music in the classroom. In fact, it was like going beyond the filling gap activities. So it was really fun, okay? So thank you to Nico, thank you to everybody. Like, for example, thank you to Patricia Santos, who explained. Do you remember? Yeah, it
So
was really
moving.
session.
That was so moving.
And her the teaching unplugged methodology that she follows in Rio, right?
In Rio de Janeiro, yes.
Yeah.
With
In a
with
very-
students
yeah.
with really, with a very
Difficult
problematic and
situation.
difficult social
Exactly,
background.
that
Yes.
she has to cope with this tough problem, like
Wow.
daily, with her
Yes.
students. And it was fantastic also the session with Strasser Thomas about the use of smartphone, how we have to integrate the smartphone in the classroom, so how we have to use technology in order to improve also, learning and not only, using app because for
the
our
sake of
sake,
it, yeah.
Yes,
for the
for-
sake
for
of
the sake
it.
of using it,
No,
yes.
I mean,
In a meaningful
exactly,
way.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving it a
Integrating it.
pedagogical-
Exactly.
yeah,
And then what else? Well, Rob Thomas, Jessica McKay,
Yeah,
and
Jessica was great.
least but not last, we shouldn't forget, of course, the great forum on video that
Oh,
was
yeah.
That was
run
great.
by the Visual Arts Circle.
Yeah,
that
So
was great.
thank you very much to Kieran
Yeah.
Donaghy, Anna
Thank
Witcher,
you.
and
want to
for
say
the
thank you,
great event that you
And the party they
organized
organized at the-
exactly,
Yeah.
at
Got to
the
school the English.
Palmera,
Yeah, Palmera Mansions.
Mansion.
School there,
It
right? That was great.
amazing.
Yeah.
So we really and thank you for all the teachers that are here and that shared with us their
Yes.
ideas, their
Yeah.
enthusiasms.
And encouraged us, well, at least me, encouraged us to attend other
Next year,
events.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, not
So-
only this one next year, of course, but
Other
others. It's like,
conferences.
Other
yeah.
conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
Good,
because
good,
we
good.
shouldn't forget also
Yeah.
the social part of this.
That's true.
conference.
Exactly.
I can tell you that things that I missed. For example, it's a pity that they've stopped the Robin reporters and Nick Peachy and
Yeah,
the other
we
colleagues.
missed him.
I don't know what's happened, but that's probably financial problems or whatever. But that was one of the highlights in the conference. It was a nice thing because then you could watch these interviews or on ITF and online, and that is a pity. I don't know what happened. And then also you were not here on Monday. The Monday there was the SIG, the PCEs pre-conference.
And what about that?
And I went to the LTSIG. It was about virtual reality
Yeah,
and
you
augmented
mentioned,
reality.
Augmented reality.
And one thing that I remember is the use of 360 cameras. This I haven't heard about them.
360
Yeah,
cameras.
they record everything, and you record, and then when you watch, you can pay attention to different corners of the
Angles,
room or
yeah.
whatever, and that I don't know what for exactly, but that has a lot of potential.
Okay.
And then I also remember Kerry Jones.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of
She
our
was
favorites,
brilliant.
and that microtext,
Microtext,
and
yeah.
how it's like the other, looking at writing from the other side. It's not learning to write, but writing to learn.
Yeah.
And that is very, very, very interesting. And then I don't know, Nick Bilbrough, of course, in this project he has
with the
a
Hands Up project. Are you
But
going?
yeah,
in
I'm
fact,
going
tomorrow.
on,
I'm going to
yeah,
attend tomorrow. Lucky
London, so I won't
I
say
envy you.
I won't
Oh,
say more
yeah.
about that. And then and yesterday I had a very critical pedagogy and critical thinking day. And I remember, apart from Ilar Coimbra, who I interviewed yesterday, I remember Michael Carrier and this nice concept of frugal technology. His talk was about English for the underserved, and how in the
English
third
for the undeserved.
no underserved, underserved.
Underserved, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
for students in the
Yeah.
no, he mentioned that as a joke. Underserved because the facilities and the infrastructures in the third world. For example, you can't have internet, but
Yeah,
he
like, for
showed
example,
a
Santos
bunch
situation.
of products which are readily available and they are cheap, and you can create, like, for example, a website, a Wi-Fi hotspot in the classroom.
yeah, that's good.
And
Really?
but you're not connected to the internet, but these devices, you can they are like hard disks, and you can upload a lot of materials, and even Wikipedia offline and things like that. And then in the classroom, you can use that with the students, and that would be what I wanted to
amazing.
share. So all in all, are you happy with
Yeah.
the conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very happy,
we will
really.
see maybe
Really.
Liverpool next year.
Yeah, we don't know,
And
but
we hope
maybe.
to meet our
Liverpool.
friends there.
Yeah, and drag more people from
Oh,
the School of
yes.
Video Man.
Yeah, we got
Definitely.
one
Okay, so
more.
join us,
Friends,
join us,
Jesus,
please.
Fran, and
Sonia Vecino, please do
Sonia,
come.
Sonia,
and
you
maybe
have to
Laura
come.
Biosca.
Yeah.
I told you, I
Or Fred.
remember you should come, or
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
Oh.
that's all from us from Brighton.
Okay,
See you.
Join us.
So it's coming to an end. Their workers are kind of closing the reception area. Everything finishes.